The first time I participated in a 360-degree feedback survey was eye-opening, to say the least. One of the pieces of information that hit me the hardest was feedback from my administrative assistant that I didn't do a good job at giving recognition. I was shocked, and I sought her out for further discussion. I remember saying, "Did you forget that I always write thank you and great job at the top of every piece of work?" She smiled and said, "Yes, I know. Your parents raised you to be a nice person. But a thank you or a great job attached to a piece of paper isn't recognition. It's simply you being nice." In other words, I needed to learn about giving effective recognition. In this section, we'll cover 6 characteristics that will make the recognition you provide more effective and appreciated. 1. Performance-based and specific. As I learned from the valuable feedback I received, a generic thank you doesn't cut it when it comes to delivering effective recognition. Be prepared to share the specific performance or behavior that you are recognizing. Don't make the individual or a team you're recognizing guess about what they did that caught your attention in a positive manner. 2. Timely. The closer to the actual performance or behavior, the better. Immediate recognition is the best of all, but that can be challenging in an environment where you may not be at the same location or even hear about the accomplishment for days or weeks. When that occurs, make sure you let the individual or team know that you just heard about their performance, and provide a reference to remind them of the specific incident to which you're referring. 3. Credible. Have you ever received recognition that you knew wasn't credible or sincere? When I ask groups if they have ever received too much legitimate recognition for their good work, it's very rare to even see a single hand raised. But I always see a hand or two when I ask groups if they have ever received recognition that isn't credible. Being performance-based, specific, and timely help. You can also enhance your credibility by sharing why the performance or behavior was important and how it helps the team achieve its goals. And don't worry if your words don't sound as polished as you would like. Your team will immediately recognize language that doesn't sound sincere. 4. Consistent. There are 2 challenges with consistency. 1, today's exceptional performance can become tomorrow's expected performance. And 2, one person's exceptional can be another person's below standards performance. The key is to consistently communicate expectations and to be consistent in your application so you don't create favoritism. Here's an example. Sharon does an exceptional job diffusing and handling a challenging client interaction. Consistency means that you would also recognize George when he takes a similar action. But what if Sharon is always superior in client interactions, while George had just this one single incident? Consistent recognition doesn't require that you provide the exact same recognition for both Sharon and George. It simply means that you find ways to consistently make both Sharon and George know that their performance is appreciated in a way that doesn't create the perception of favoritism. This can take some work, but don't let it scare you away from making everyone on your team feel appreciated for their work. 5. Individualized. There are people on your team who salivate over the opportunity to be recognized in front of the group. there are others who would be genuinely embarrassed. There are those who would value movie passes for their family. And there are those who would love tickets to the latest exhibit at the local museum, or even a contribution to their favorite charity. You enhance your relationship and credibility when you balance the need to be consistent with the opportunity to individualize the recognition that you provide. 6, proportional. There are times when an individual's or team's performance deserves a grand gesture, and there are situations where a simple "thank you for your effort" or "I've noticed the improvement, keep it up" is appropriate. The most effective recognition balances the scale of your response with the magnitude of the performance or behavior. We've provided a recognition discussion guide at this link. This guide will help you prepare for and conduct more effective recognition. Remember, what gets recognized and rewarded gets repeated. Your success as a leader depends on your ability to engage others, and there is no better tool than sincere recognition.